Israelites, what it do? Family, 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 family. Brother Judah Israel, once again, family, I have a couple of words on my heart that I want to share with everybody. But before I get off into it, I want to just let y'all hear a little bit of this song by Lormans. Just a little bit. This is my favorite part right here. I give you honor, I give you praise, I give you every single thing that you deserve. I give you honor, I give you praise, I give you every single thing that you deserve. Honor, I give you praise, I give you every single thing that you deserve. Honor, I give you praise, I give you every single thing that you deserve. Hey family, when I was working and I'll be doing my, my work throughout the factory and got my earbud, I normally just keep one earbud in case it go all the way down and I got the other one already charged up. But it hardly ever did, So anyway, I would be just singing these praise songs unto our Father, family, just at the top of my lungs sometimes. And then sometimes I would hear from the HR lady, and she would say, well, some people were saying that maybe you need to stop singing so loudly. I said, oh. You see, family, our Father says, make a joyful noise unto the Adonai. You know what I'm saying? And, shout unto the Adonai. This is what he tells his children to do. And so sometimes I would be just into our Father so much, like always, and not really realizing that I could be disturbing somebody, but we're working in a factory. But anyway, I would tone it down a little bit, but I don't have to worry about that now because I have retired and I can sing praises unto our Father up in here all day long if I choose to do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family, it's such a good day this day. This is a day that our Adonai has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I know I will be rejoicing in this day for the breath of life that our Father gives us for free, family. And family, this message will be entitled Eternal Blessings for Israel for Eternity. Eternal blessings for Israel, okay? That means eternity. Okay, so I'll be coming out of the Sefer Bible, family, and out of Jubilees. And so I just have a couple of scriptures to share. But I first want to say that, okay, now eternal blessings for Israel, but Yah wants us to not be like the Gentiles. He wants us to not be like the heathen nations. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of them wondering why come the black people don't come out here and protest with us? For stuff like what's going on in the streets around the country now. And then, what started in Minneapolis a few days ago, that this woman got killed by ICE agents. You know what I'm saying? So like they tell us, when our people get killed unjustly by police officers, they always told us, you must comply. The officer is scared for his life. He wants to go home to his family at the end of his shift. So you must comply. And so now, I say to them, she should have complied. They're trying to do their job. They're federal agents, working for the government of the United States, and there was like billions of dollars stolen, from the taxpayers in Minnesota by a group of people, and most of them were Somalians. So the president sent federal troops here, federal, ICE agents, and, to try to, root out the illegals and stuff like that. And, we got to have some law and order because I was a taxpayer during the time all those billions were stolen for so many years because I've been in Minnesota like 30, going to 32 years. And so, it's like, but citizens who are law-abiding citizens, to me, we all should be standing with what the ICE agents are doing. And if they don't want, the ICE agents coming down on them real hard, then they should comply. They should comply. This is what they told us, family. And this is not our fight. You're wondering why we're not out there in the streets. We done all that already. Our people have done all of that. And it really didn't do a whole lot of good for us in a lot of things because, when our people went through the civil rights movements and stuff like that and finally got, some bills passed, the Voting Rights Act and stuff like that in 65, I think it was. 1964 could have been. But then, the government turned around and make another act, the Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1965. And so they invited all the immigrants from around the world to come over here and get benefits that our people marched, bled, and fought for, So getting dogs sick on them, water hoses from the fire trucks and stuff like that. And then they turn around and give all the stuff that we marched for to immigrants, And so it's like, we're standing down because this is not our fight. What's going on in these cities with federal ICE agents and stuff like that. And, there was never no brown-black coalition. What I'm saying? Maybe a couple of people from different nations, embraced us and stuff like that. But the majority of the people from the nations, they was racist toward us and stuff like that. As soon as they got in the country, they were already told, to hate us, and they were shown things in the immigration, the ones who became citizens. They were shown films and stuff in the immigration process. And so Esau, made our people look as bad as they could to the rest of the nations who was trying to come over here to be citizens. So, they were told to hate us and they would get all kind of benefits. And this is what they have done. And now things are turning against them. Things are not, happening in their favor anymore. And they're asking us to come out to help them. Why? So you can keep your feet on our necks even longer? That would be stupid of us to do. To go out there and protest with the nations, about their issues, and it has nothing to do with us. It would be stupid for us to go out there and protest with them because they all have had their feet on our necks. The government give them loans to come in our communities to start businesses and stuff like that. And so it would be really crazy if any of our people are out there protesting with those people who have only treated us as if we were their enemies since they've been here. So, when you interfere with federal officials trying to do their job in the streets, sometimes, they're going to be casualties. You must comply. You must comply. It's a sad thing for any time anybody lose their life. And just like many of our people have lost their lives, hands up, don't shoot. Our people have been getting killed for the longest since we've been, in America. And, our ancestors was here before anybody else got here. The Spaniards took our people down. And, okay, we was under the curses for a while. And Yah allowed the nations to come up, rise up above us and stuff like that. So we suffered the punishment of our curses, family. And so now Yah is raising us back up. So why would we go protest for people, about issues that has nothing to do with us? No, that's their fight. They got to fight in the streets and march and do what they got to do just like we did. But see, this is at the end of their reign and they don't even recognize what's really going on, We're not getting in y'all stuff. There's been a transition going down. And our Father said in His word that He was going to turn, the nations against each other. And so this is what He's doing. And so I've been watching stuff, on YouTube, different channels and stuff, and trying to keep abreast of what's going on in the world. And, President Donald Trump is saying that, if Cuba doesn't comply with doing business with America, then he might invade Cuba, and so he's saying that if he don't take Greenland, then China or Russia eventually will, Yah is really stirring up the pot with these nations. because they must come down before Israel come all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So he is doing exactly what he said he's going to do. And more their allies that they have among each other are starting to lose that, because President Trump is threatened. He's desperate. These Gentiles are desperate, family. They know they're at the end of their reign. And so these are just desperate moves and desperate conversations that he's having, to put things on their mind, because this is Yah's doing. He was sending his angels to cause these things to happen. When it seemed like they were so unified before, fighting in World War One, fighting in World War Two, and and what have you. But now it's like, the way Donald Trump is spitting out rhetoric, America is soon to have no allies, and the dollar is not doing what it was designed to do. I mean, these people have raised debt to $38 trillion. And so it's like they've had their reign, and look what they have done with it. This is nobody's fault but those people who make the laws, who are in leadership positions throughout this country, and they have done this to themselves. So this is, toward the end of their reign, and all hell is just, breaking loose. All hell is just breaking loose among these nations. And the more it happens for them, the better off it is for Israel. So, y'all got us on chill mode. And, this is what we're doing. And so it's like a lot of people are asking us to come out and stand with them. And, people who have shown us nothing but, hate. How can they have the audacity, because their kingdom is falling down, ask us for help, the people who they've treated nothing like their enemies since they've been here? Nothing but, the way they've treated us. They've treated us like nothing but their enemies, And so, we may have been born at night, but we weren't born last night. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, I'm just happy to be alive, family, during this time. And, I thank y'all for all my awakened brothers and sisters who understand what's really going on. And we have turned back to our Father, and he's turned back to us. And Ruach has been given back to us. And we keeping his commandments and stuff like that. So we don't want to side with these nations, to mess ourselves up, because, we have eternal blessings coming, family. So we want to be obedient to our Father, and we ain't being moved by any kind of words coming from those nations of people who try to put us down because we won't come out there and stand with them. We don't care about that. We about pleasing our Father during this time. You know what I'm saying? We're about pleasing our Father. We're standing down on things that has nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? It would be really stupid for us to go out there and help them. It would just be helping them to be able to keep their foot on our necks just a little longer. And we're not that stupid. Okay? We're not stupid at all. So people from the nations, handle your business. All the only thing they really cared about was their white status. But now all of that's crumbling down. They come to the end of their blessings over here. And not just in America, that Yah is stirring up the nations worldwide, because they come to the end of their reign. And it's time for, them to come down. And he's turning them against each other. Okay? So, praise Yah. Like I said, family, I'll be coming out of the book of Jubilees in chapter 22. From verse 22, I'll be going all the way down to 30. And it's going to talk about how Yah, this is talking about Yah is talking to Abraham, and how he intends to bless Abraham and and Isaac and Jacob and all of their generations forever in the earth. So that's eventually what Israel has coming. Blessings from our Father for all eternity. So we ain't messing up ourselves by trying to get in somebody else's mess. They got to handle their own business. That's what they must do. Okay, so family, if anybody's interested in trying to learn how to attain eternal life from Yah, keep his 10 commandments, receive our Messiah, Yahushua Mashiach, and his death, burial, and resurrection, and get yourself baptized. Keep our Father's commandments, and let's be obedient to what his word is saying to us. Okay, so we don't want to be like the nations. We're about pleasing our Father here because we want to be eternally blessed by him. Okay, and Jubilees chapter 22, verse 22 to 30. And family, it says here, and as for all the worshippers of idols and the profane, there shall be no hope for them in the land of the living, and there shall be no remembrance of them on the earth, for they shall descend into Sheol, and into the place of condemnation shall they go. As the children of Sodom were taken away from the earth, so will all those who worship idols be taken away. Fear not, my son Jacob, and be not dismayed, O son of Abraham. May the Most High guard you from destruction, and from all the paths of error may he deliver you. Okay? This house have I built for myself, that I might put my name upon it in the earth. It is given to you and to your seed forever, and it will be named the house of Abraham. It is given to you and to your seed forever, for you will build my house and establish my name before the Most High forever. Your seed and your name will stand throughout all generations of the earth. And he ceased commanding him and blessing him. Jumping down to verse 27, family. And he blessed him with all his heart and said, the Most High, the Elohim of all, and creator of all, who brought me forth from Ur of the Chaldees, that he might give me this land to inherit it forever, and that I might establish the holy seed. Blessed be the Most High forever. And he blessed Jacob and said, my son, over whom with all my heart and my affection I rejoice, may your grace and your mercy be lifted up upon him and upon his seed always. And do not forsake him, nor set him at naught from henceforth to the days of eternity. And may your eyes be open upon him and upon his seed. That includes us, family, the Israelites. That you may guard him and bless him and may sanctify him as a nation for your inheritance. Pardon me. And bless him with all your blessings from henceforth to all the days of eternity. And renew your covenant and your grace with him and with his seed, according to all your good pleasure, to all the generations of the earth. You see, family, we have eternal blessings coming to us from our Father. It was a promise to our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we have suffered the punishment of our curses. He has turned back to us. We're calling him by his name. We're keeping his commandments. So we're not asleep anymore. We're out of that nightmare that we were in for centuries, believing everything the nations told us, worshiping a false God, white Jesus and all that, and thinking that we were, in right standings with God by doing what the Gentiles told us to do. But now we know the truth, and we don't have to listen to them for anything anymore. And so Yah has turned back to us, as I have said, and many of our people have said and know this. And we know that the truth of Yah's word is for the Israelites. Okay, so eternal blessings that we have coming. So it is already written, family. It is already written. So we're not going to go out in the streets and stand 10 toes down with illegal people, lawbreakers, obstructing the federal officers from doing their jobs, This was never MO since we've been a people. Our people would march for civil rights and stuff, to be treated, equal like other people, to be able to move where we wanted to move. This is what our people was marching for, to be able to, because we're taxpayers. Our people have always been taxpayers once they allowed us to work. And so, but, they had this stuff going on that, black people to the back of the bus, and stuff like that. And so it was like our people were marching and standing up for themselves because nobody else could do it for them. Nobody else would do it for them. So our people had to do these things for themselves. And nobody helped us. You might have had a few handfuls of Gentiles that's still with our people. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of the nations, have always treated us as if we were their enemies. And so now the tide is turning, and now they're starting to suffer the things that we have suffered for centuries. And, it's like they're asking for our help, but when our people were out there marching, they came together as a community, and because nobody else was going to do it for them. So we're not trying to side with lawbreakers. And so, to do that, that would mean you stand 10 toes down with lawbreakers. It means that you are taking part in their sin. So the punishment and the recompense that they have coming, if our people were, not wise enough and stood with them, then that judgment will come down on us too. So we're not, going that route. That's y'all business. Handle your business. Your nations, whatever you're going through with Esau and these Gentiles that's leading this nation for now. But that's not our fight. And we're not going to join ourselves with somebody else's wrongdoings, transgressions, and sinning, and breaking man's laws and breaking Yah's laws. No, we're not that ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to please our Father because we want to be blessed by him. Okay, so all of the lies people are still trying to hold on to, but it's because they don't know the ways of Yah. They don't know how to not be sinners. They don't understand. They can't even see the error of their own ways. They're so messed up. And so our Father don't want us to be like them. Let me, okay, I'm going to go up in Jubilees chapter 22. I started from 22 to 30, but I'm going to go up to 19 and just add those couple of verses. Okay, it says here, and as for you, my son Jacob, may the Most High help you, and the Elohim of heaven bless you and remove you from their uncleanness and from their error. Talking about the nations. Be you aware, my son Jacob, of taking a woman from any of their seed, a daughter of the Canaanites, for all his seed is to be rooted out of the earth. For owing to the transgression of Ham, Canaan erred, and all his seed shall be destroyed from off the earth, and all the remnant thereof, and none springing from him shall be saved on the day of judgment. So we don't want to be siding with them people because they're headed to total destruction by Yah on Judgment Day. So we don't want to side with the nations. No, we have done all we gonna do as far as marching. You know what I'm saying? Y'all turn to stand 10 toes down for your own selves. We about pleasing our Father and being obedient to him. Okay, family. So this has been eternal blessings for Israel, family. Eternal blessings for the Israelites. I'm Brother Judah Israel. I hope you got some understanding in Yah's precious name. So until next time, may Yah bless you, your family. Stay safe, one love, and shalom.